afternoon. So excited to be back with you. I'm having tea. I don't know, grab yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee so you can visit with me for a second. So I've been gone for a couple of weeks because I got COVID. And for me, it was horrible, but thank God that we did not have any breathing trouble or have to go to the hospital. So we're very grateful that God took care of us. So 3 weeks of quarantine. I feel like I've been off the planet, but I'm still here. I just got sick. I got sick and my husband Dwight got sick. So we've been sick, but thankfully all is okay and we are back to life. Moving on. Did you get your tea or your coffee? So today, I would like to share from chapter 6 of the If book. Oh my goodness, this really hit me as my biggest insight that impacted me in the whole book. And I feel this is very life-changing. This could be life-changing for you right now. The secret to success. Oh my goodness, this is it. This is the secret to success. And it's just shared from Jack Hayford. A lot of you know Jack Hayford. He's a very famous Christian pastor who's in his 80s now. And he is as wise and witty as ever. And he recently spent 2 hours with a handful of pastors in Washington, D.C. Here on page 57 of the If book, where he shared the secret to success. By success, I simply mean stewardship. It's doing the best you can with what you have where you are. And Jack's secret, okay, here it is. You guys ready? Make decisions against yourself. Let me grab some tea. Make decisions against yourself. You know, I've heard this for years, but I've heard it said differently. Andy Stanley says a principle of the path. In light of my present circumstances, my past experience, and my future hopes and dreams, what's the wisest decision for me? And that's helpful to say, make a decision for my future. But this way he put it just really hit me stronger. The idea of against myself, like literally I'm my worst enemy. Have you guys seen that before? Oh my goodness. So Jack is transparent to begin with, but the aging process has resulted in total transparency. At some point, you're too old to settle for cliches and platitudes. So Jack shared about some of the near-miss mistakes that could have cost him his ministry and his reputation. The thing that saved him, making decisions against himself. The person who's got a perfect body and great health. They went to the gym when the rest of us went back for more food. The person who's earned their PhD or their doctorate, well, they went to the library when the rest of us were turning on TV. So it's like making a decision against yourself. It's making a decision that's going to make you stuck. You decide something against yourself and you force yourself into a situation where you're stuck. So then you have to live, you can't get out. It's one thing about a job. When you take a job, it's hard. You have to force yourself. You have to get going. But then you have money and you're stuck. It's like you don't have to decide every morning, am I going to get up and go to work? You don't have to decide. You already decided. Those decisions really help you be successful because you're not deciding every day, am I going to do this? You're stuck. You made the decision once, you made a commitment, now they're expecting you. Occasionally, an inspiring author will ask me the key to writing. Like if you want to write a book, how many of you wish you could go write a book and get published today? Okay, what's the secret to writing? And Mark says, my short answer is this one. Set your alarm clock for very early in the morning. If that isn't making a decision against yourself, I don't know what is. So the next time you're tempted to hit the snooze button and sleep in, realize that you're delaying your dream 9 minutes at a time. Isn't that horrible? Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Delaying my dream by hitting the snooze button. What if you made a decision against yourself by setting your alarm clock for 30 minutes earlier so you had time to read the Bible from cover to cover this year? That's one thought, right? Reading the Bible. But there's also writing a book or learning something new or attending a class or anything. It's making a decision against yourself. This is from chapter 6 of the If book, If by Mark Batterson. And that's my favorite inside of the whole book. So my husband and we're faced with a decision in December, 6 weeks ago. And he got a job offer, but it was an hour and a half away. But it's a good pay and it's a nice job. And so honestly, we didn't really want it, but at the same time we thought, gosh, if we took this job offer, it would help us financially, it would help us to be able to buy a home, it would help us get ahead better in life, it would force us to get up early, it just had all these things like making a decision against ourselves. So we decided to go for it. So now my husband is working at a job that is an hour and a half away. So he drives an hour and a half to work in the morning and then has to drive an hour and a half to get home. Well, so he's gone all day. And I'm working for the ministry here at home. So here we are in a situation that's difficult, but I get more done because I have all these hours to work. And we're going to be better off financially because of this decision. And it hurts. We made a decision against ourselves. But I think I was just inspired. Some of these decisions are hard, but boy, if we can go for it, woo! So one thought for making a decision against yourself is to go get yourself some training. Children's ministry workers, children's ministry leaders, you need training on a regular basis. You need to be constantly inspiring yourself, constantly learning, growing. You've got to do this. So make a decision against yourself and get yourself some training. So this last week, I found an event online, Thrive. It was a Thrive Leadership Conference. It was for free. It was in English, but I have noticed there are ministries available in a variety of languages for children's ministry. You can get out there and find stuff. So they're not always free, but they're always worth it. So make a decision against yourself, spend the time, spend the money, and get some training. I took like a lot of notes. I was just writing like a maniac, this too. One of my favorite things I learned in this conference was that my biggest job as a leader is to constantly encourage myself, keep myself motivated and encouraged, because discouragement really brings down the leader, which brings down the whole team, and we're constantly hit with it. So I want to encourage you to go. I have put below some of the training. We have training in English. Get your team together, watch the videos. Do it. It hurts. It takes time. People will complain. Don't listen. You encourage yourself. You force yourself. Get it done. Get your team encouraged and trained for the work, okay? And also, I wanted to offer for you guys one class that I will attend for you. So I'd like you to participate, okay? I don't care where you are, what country you're in. You tell me which one of these you want me to attend, and I will attend it. Leading Change by Craig Groeschel. Writing Content that Unleashes the Power of Conversation by Lysa TerKeurst. Leading Change that Requires Asking the Right Questions by Chris Hodges. All Systems Go by Craig Groeschel. 4 Faces of Leadership by Chris Hodges. The Power of Weakness by Brian Houston. Leadership by Levi Lusko. Digging Deeper by Brian Houston. How to Lead Yourself Through Change, Lysa TerKeurst. Creating a Future of Innovation by Craig Groeschel. And Sessions 1, 2, and 3 by Dr. Henry Cloud. He's great too. All right, great conferences here, great speakers. Tell me which one you want, and I will attend it and give you some feedback, some ideas, share with you what they shared. So dive in, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you got a cup of tea with me or a cup of coffee. Most likely, we're gonna have to move to another city. So now I'm looking at packing my home and moving because an hour and a half drive is a long way to drive. And it's hard to move away from my hometown and where my family is, but an hour and a half is not too far. I can visit my family, but it is a long way to drive every day for work. So, looks like I'm gonna have to move. Okay, love you guys. See you next time.